Back like I never left, as is the NFL, and no kickoff was more highly anticipated than the one out in Carolina, where Shador Sanders went from fourth string to front man with nothing but space and opportunity in front of him. The brother came in booming. Louis Luggins rolling on a speaker, but Woody makes some noise when the time came to pass. Early in the first quarter, he's rolling to his right and making things shake. A 10-yard run to get his first down. Browns driving. Later in the drive, 3rd and 12 for Shedeur. Nice dime to Jamari Thrash, but it's short of the first down, so it's a 4th down rep early for this Cleveland Brown offense. Going for it, 4th and 1. An empty set, interesting choice. Sanders scrambling for his life, gets rid of it. Tough ending to a strong drive from Sanders. Browns turn it over on downs. Bryce Young, also playing, by the way. Watch Tetairoa McMillan, 8th overall pick, a phenomenal grab down the sideline on the fade route. Eyes up, hands late, snags it for the first down for the Panthers. Later on in that drive, it's 2nd down and 9. Young, this time to McMillan again. Gets the body in front of the ball. They've got some chemistry going early. Now 3rd and goal. This time, Bryce rolling to his right, directing traffic, eventually finds Jalen Coker in the back of the end zone for the score. Young finishes the day 4 of 6 and that 1 touchdown. First play of the second quarter. Browns back in business as far as the offense goes. 2nd down, goal to go, and Shedeur making multiple reads, eventually finding Caden Davis for the touchdown. We're locked up at 7 later in the second quarter. 2nd and 12 for the Browns. Sanders escaping pressure again, rolling right, directing traffic, and Luke Floria, the hometown kid from right around there at Cleveland, makes the one-handed snag. An incredible snag keeps the drive going for Cleveland. Later in the drive, Sanders sidestepping the rush, delivers a strike to Davis for yet another touchdown. LeBron James even appreciating the effort, as were a host of other individuals, including in that stadium. Browns up 14-7, 3rd quarter now. 1st and 15 from the Panthers 48. Sanders stepping up in the pocket, delivering a strike to Brendan Bates, 25-yard gain. Sanders continuing to make plays in the 3rd frame, and then 4th and 2. It's Gage Larvinen in for the score. Shedeur, heck of a day. He spoke on the effort afterwards.
Overall, I'm thankful. I'm thankful for the opportunity first. I'm thankful for being able to look in all those and every player that was out there participating eyes and like tell them like this new, this a family. You got to be able to go to war with each and every guy and understand like we're not playing for ourselves here. We playing for each other. When you out there on the field, it just is different. Like you understand, ball's ball. But ball never been a problem for me. It's, whatever optics or whatever everybody makes up after outside the game. But in the game, y'all kind of know who I am. I know I'm ready for the moment. Did I play up to par? No, I don't feel like I did. But overall, the main goal was to win. And that's honestly what we did.
ESPN analyst Herm Edwards joins us now to revisit the effort that Shedeur put forth. Now, entering week 1 of the preseason for him, all the discussion was about the lack of reps that he had received. So given that context, under those circumstances, how do you feel he performed?
Oh, I think he played well. And there was a couple decisions he had to make once he was forced away from the pocket and made some really nice throws in the red zone, very accurate. Here's one here. He rolls out now. Watch. Yellow's going to tell you that basically, it could be a dangerous throw. The green is he's open. Watch him wait it out. But what I like, he squared his shoulders up and made a nice throw. Bought time coming outside the pocket, and look downfield here again. We got a free runner. He didn't panic. He knows the back's going to pick him up. 4-man rush. He's looking downfield and watch. He squares his shoulders up again. And this is the part. He looks down the field, finds a little window, threads it right in there. So that right there for a rookie quarterback, pretty impressive.
Yeah, and a lot of it was about him being able to make those snap decisions and capitalize on the windows of opportunity. He seemed to do just that at the very least.
Yeah, and I thought early in the game now, he ran around a little bit too much. There was a couple plays where he ran around. I said, Shedeur, don't do that. But I think he settled down and got into the flow of the game. Remember, there was a lot of pressure on him. And you say what you want, but there's a lot of pressure on him to start this game.
That is a rookie, and he showed to be ready to go more than anything. Don't go too far, Coach. We'll be right back with you in just a moment. In Atlanta, a preseason game took place between the Lions and Falcons, but what began as the joyous return of NFL football took a completely different tone by game's end. Play was suspended between the two teams during the fourth quarter as the injury to Lions safety Maurice Norris occurred. Norris appeared to take an inadvertent knee to the head while attempting to make a tackle and was eventually taken off the field in an ambulance. You can see the players there solemnly taking a knee, and once play resumed, players from both Atlanta and Detroit joined hands in unison, and after the clock continued to run, the officiating crew announced the suspension of play with 6:19 remaining in the fourth quarter, citing a call from the New York League office. Here's head coach Dan Campbell post-game.
Start with this, our obviously thoughts and prayers with Mo Norris. We got some positive information on him, that he's at the hospital, and I'll have to just leave it at that. But obviously, something like that happens, it puts things in perspective. So I'm just praying for Mo. I asked that everybody prays for him, questions. Just breathing, he's breathing, he's talking. That's good. He's got some movement, and now they're running more tests. Raheem Morris is a class act. He's the ultimate class act. So, we agreed that it just didn't feel right to finish that game. And that man's a class act, always has been.
Really glad that we have Herm Edwards still here with us to discuss. How did you perceive the decision made by the players, the coaches, and eventually the league at large on this matter?
Well, I thought it was handled correctly. The players had a sense of, this game's about over. We've just seen something that is very disturbing. And then I thought the league did a fabulous job of jumping in and saying, we're done. We're done for the night. Because can you imagine if they didn't do that? The head coaches would still be at a press conference.
Having to answer.
That's a bad position to put a head coach in. A bad position, because you understand what the players are feeling. You get it. You saw what happened. They all had that glaze in their eye going, this is I'm not going to say meaningless preseason game,
no,
but it doesn't count on the score. It counts as far as talent, evaluating players.
Right.
But when you see something like that, these players just said, hey, we can't do it anymore. We're good. And then the league stepped in and said, game's over.
Yeah.
Good.
Understanding that larger things were at play. Player safety being paramount in this situation obviously shined through. We appreciate the assessment there as always, Coach.
Thank you.